Hey everybody, it's Rick OShay playing Marvel Puzzle Quest, and welcome back to the subscriber-only info, the Shield Intel number 9, where we talk about upcoming characters into MPQ. We have changed this a little bit on the format of how we do this, and the developers want to make sure that they get the info out at the same time. And fair enough, let's scroll down and talk about the brand new character. Thanks for being a subscriber. You are in early on the ability info on Killmonger, the new 5-star character. Really looking forward to playing Eric Stevens. And at the end of my last video, I read the bio. Let's go ahead and jump down to the abilities. And I think actually I've got these in my Shield Intel format. But at this point, let's jump from here over to the character release info that's publicly on the forums, and I think we'll do a little bit better overview here. And since this character comes out in a couple of days, most of these abilities and damage amounts and the stats should be all about perfected, and sometimes we have to worry about what might change before a character comes out. So here we go. Killmonger is going to be a black, red, and purple ability using character. You can see his health is going to be 59,765, which is pretty much back to normal after we had Onslaught and before that Apocalypse come out with crazy huge health and strong match damage. Killmonger still has very strong match damage. 879 on black is, I believe, tying him for the top match damage in the game. Let's look down at the abilities. They are really going to be quite awesome. So the black ability called Repatriation is a passive, and this one has a lot going on, but I think for the most part, think of it as a defensive mechanism for if the enemy gets an extra move, a match 5. So the passive side of it is Killmonger takes back what rightfully belongs to his people. When the enemy makes a match 5, Killmonger locks the generated critical tile. At the start of your turn, all critical tiles become unlocked. So if the enemy gets lucky and gets a match 5, and we know that they do that all the time, Killmonger actually locks that critical before they get the huge damage out of it. I don't know though if the match is also matching other colors where it can unlock it automatically on the same turn. That might happen, but his passive is just really pretty cool. So when the enemy matches a critical tile, Killmonger takes 5 red AP as payment, feeding into his next ability. And if they can't afford that, Killmonger deals a certain amount of damage to the target instead. At champion level, well, at max level with 5 covers, it's 14,000 damage. At max level when he's champed, it goes up to 28,000 plus damage. That's pretty crazy, although keep in mind that might be kind of hard to get qualified all the time. So we need to decide on if when you get this guy champed, are you going to run his black passive at level 3, 4, or 5. We'll go on to the next abilities and then come back with a little bit of strategy and how we think the abilities will flow into each other. Extreme Prejudice is the 9 red AP ability. Killmonger aims for the enemy's weak point and does not hold back, deals a certain amount of damage, and creates a critical tile, or actually 2 at higher levels. Very cool. And again, there's a passive component to this. Friendly matches in the enemy's strongest color deal a certain % more damage, maxing out at a lot. So basically look at, let's go down and go ahead and look at level 5. Deals 3469 damage, but when this guy is champed at 5 covers, he'll deal 13,945 damage. That's before the 2 critical tiles are produced. And if you have played 5-star characters with their huge match damage and have gotten 1 or 2 critical tiles on the board, you know that that can lead to immediate huge 20,000, 15,000, 35,000 damage because of a single critical tile. And with two, it could be really quite incredible. I think Extreme Prejudice you need to run at level 5. Let's go on and look at the next ability, titled Defensive Strike. So with this one, Killmonger watches the enemy and makes a power play, striking hard and fast at just the right time. Deals a certain amount of damage, plus extra damage for every decisive strike trap tile on the board. And then he disarms those strikes and deals the multiple of damage. So let's look at level 5 again. I think this is probably one, I think you're going to need to run this at level 5, but we'll see. So at that level, and when he's champed, it will deal 23,204 damage plus, and I think there may be a typo here, it's probably 2297 additional damage, or even scaled up from that. And it will add that damage to the 23k that you started with. Now think about this. This is a 10 AP ability. So by the time you get 10 purple, and if you're creating a trap tile every turn that the enemy does not fire an ability before that, you're almost guaranteed to have 2, 3, 4, 6 plus trap tiles on the board by the time you fire your purple. And of course, you can wait to play it until you have 10 or something crazy. It always plays the traps on Killmonger's off colors, right? So, you probably have friends, your allies are trying to make matches in those colors as well. Yellow, green, and blue are very common, but this color set is exactly opposite of Beta Ray Bill, Iceman. Even you could have some fun with Cable here in the opposite colors. And really fun to think that those traps are going to add around 2,000 damage or more on top of what you're doing. If you had 5 out there, that's 10k on top of the 23k for a huge hit, and start the process over again. There's a lot of trap tile characters being released lately in the game, and I think it's a cool deal. So probably not going to work the best with Onslaught. His purple ability also creates trap tiles, but if you look at how it will work with, for example, go back to Sinister, maybe his blue ability will work really well with all these traps, and then of course other characters as well that benefit from the number of trap tiles you have on the board, which could be awesome. So Decisive Strike, I think, plays independently of the other two for the most part, but with Extreme Prejudice in 9 red, creating critical tiles, and the whole while you're dealing up to 150% more damage on the enemy team's strongest color. It really depends on the enemy team you're facing, but that's just, you could just see that damage as a bonus. Now, back to Repatriation. Do you play this at level 3 or level 4 or probably level 5? I think with the max damage potential at 28,000 looking great, but being pretty hard to guarantee you're going to get that to happen, or when, I think you're going to need to run this passive at level 3. But we'll see after people play this a little bit. We've got some friends that'll probably get in early and make some videos with this new character starting probably Thursday morning. So very curious to see how that will play out and how to spec him around. I think you want to have Extreme Prejudice at level 5 just because you want the immediate damage of the 14k plus the 2 critical tiles. Starts at level 4. At level 3, you only get 1 crit. So I really think you gotta have red at level 4 or higher, and probably 5 just to guarantee that you're doing tons of damage. Could go for 4, 4, 5 though. We'll see how it goes. And if you plan on playing his purple with the damage potential, I think you just have to go at level 5 on Decisive Strike. So is this guy overpowered? What do you think? When the enemy matches a critical tile, he locks them. So you could play red, match one of the crits, and the other one is in a matchable location, but you leave it for the enemy. They go to match it, and that's when Killmonger's passive kicks in on his black. And so they go to match it, but he he locks it on a match 5. So you'd have to leave match 5s for the enemy in a certain way. And you have to be careful, because keep in mind, whenever there's the opportunity to make a match as a match 4 and not a match 5, the AI, the computer against you, will always do the match 4 if it's available instead of a match 5, right? So that also leads to the fact that some friends have pointed out, I think you might want to run repatriation at level 3, because you can't always guarantee that they're going to go for a match 5 when presented. So even with that, I think you're going to have some fun with critical tile craziness, lots of damage, and very much looking forward to this character. He will enter latest legends in a number of weeks, but he will be in and replacing Yelena Belova when he enters. So the latest legends when Killmonger enters the store will be Apocalypse, Onslaught, and Killmonger. That looks like a very good trio to pull for, and that's what I was hoping to hear, because that's what I'm planning to do myself. With over 200 draws right now, hopefully we'll be closer to 240 plus at the time he enters. Would be great. What do you guys think of Killmonger? Put the comments below. Hey, we can name names now. We don't have to dance around any reveal. I think it's going to be fun to do our Shield intel this way now, as long as I can get the details out a couple days ahead of a true release. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please continue into the video presented down below. Hit the MPQ icon to subscribe if you got here in some other way. Really appreciate this support. See you in the next video.